Well, welcome. Update on this Mustang mare Wardah, and this will most likely be the last video with her. I'm sending her home the end of the month, and I'm really happy with her progress in the last, I guess it's been 2 or 3 weeks since the last video. She's really just calmed down. See how calm she is? She's really calmed down a lot. I attribute that mostly to her stomach issues, being medicated. Been giving her some stuff for her stomach every day, and I think she feels better than she's probably felt in a long time. I think that's the main reason she's acting better. She's letting me train her. The other change, and I mentioned this on the last video, I'm not putting up with any nastiness. If she gets nasty, then I get nasty right back. If she gets pushy on the bit, then however pushy she is, I respond to that and tell her to quit it. And so I've been a lot more insistent about the way I've done things in the last couple of weeks. So let me just see if I can pick up on her here, and it wasn't too bad. Now I'm going to push her hip over with my leg. This is her bad side. Now I had to touch her with the spur. Okay, so right there I had to spur to get her to move that hip, but she took it and she didn't get overly upset about it. And there she moves off my leg. She gets swishy-tailed, but that's the extent of it. She's not as swishy-tailed as she was. Let me trot her off. She's not as much as she was. She'll probably do it her whole life. It's such a habit for her that I just don't see that thing ever completely going away. You know, hopefully I'm wrong about that, but that's just kind of what I expect. So I'm just holding her in a left arc here. Her nose is tipped into the left circle. If she pushes too bad with her nose, then I'm going to correct her. Okay, and that's not too bad. Let me switch sides. Go right. So I've got her tipped into a right-hand circle here. She dropped her shoulder a little bit. Just typical green horse things. I think we're around 60, maybe 70 rides on this mare, which I've had her over 6 months. It should be a lot more than that, but the reason is I've spent a lot of days with her just working on other stuff on the ground that she really needs. She's still not good with plastic tarp. If a plastic tarp came flying across this arena, I'd be in trouble. And I worked with her a lot on plastic tarps, and I'll keep doing it, but that's just who she is. She's getting pretty good about picking up her leads. Well, let me show you this first. I've been working on half passing and side passing. So let me turn toward you, and so I'm going to side pass her to my left. Come on. Well, she made a liar out of me there. She did it, but not very well. It was a lot better yesterday. Let's try it again, girl. Okay, let's side pass her to my right. There, that's much better because that's the way she wanted to go. Okay, and the reason that's important is because her owner wants to do a sport on her where they ride in a straight line and throw spears and swords and things like that. Sounds pretty exciting, actually. And they do that at a gallop, but here's the thing. If you've ridden very much, you know this. Let me go ahead and lope her off. If you know that if you start riding a horse in a straight line, that horse is going to go off of the line. So you need to be able to move your horse back into alignment using your leg. So that's why I'm working on that with her, so that when she's in competition and he's trying to run a straight line like this and she veers off, he can take his leg like I did right there, and I pushed her to her left using my right leg. I'll do it again right there. So she needs to come off of that leg so she can be guided. Okay. And woo. Okay, and I haven't tried to stop her from a lope yet. I go ahead and drop her to a trot and then stop her because I don't want to. She's just really not quite ready for me to put that much stress on her. She's backing up pretty nicely, and that's pretty loose. See, I'm not pulling too hard on her. Going back. Okay, she's stepping her shoulder over pretty nice there. Step, 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 step. Okay, let's come in here and try a half pass on the fence going to my right. Okay, that's not too bad. typical. Most horses will drag their butt in the beginning on that side pass. That's not too bad. Okay, let me back her off of that. Shoulder move to the left. Pretty good. Come up here and move. So right there, she started pushing on the bit. That's gonna take about another 100 rides for her to get over that. And so that'll be somebody else's challenge in the future. She's way better than she was. And so there's a lot of things I'm pretty happy with about this horse. I feel like she's reasonably safe. If somebody knows how to ride, if they're a pretty decent rider, I would just tell them, get on her, she'll be fine. I wouldn't put my 5-year-old granddaughter on her just because she's not that reliable in terms of spookiness or whatever. But as far as knowing her basics, I can neck rein her. So if I just lay this rein on her neck, she'll go ahead and turn that way. All right, she'll turn off my leg. I've just recently started using 2 reins to stop her. I just do that. And to me, that's an advanced move. I don't teach a horse 2 reins, stopping with 2 reins until they've got 60, 70 rides. Because I want everything else working before you do that, then it just works a whole lot better. So, you know, that she is what she is. I'm mostly pleased with that. And it's been a challenge along the way. And I had a call the other day from somebody else wanting me to train another 9-year-old Mustang, and I said, well, thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to stick with younger ones.